We are back with some more Panthers franchise, and we're finally into the offseason. It is long a wait for the offseason, especially since we did terrible this regular season, had a lot of injuries, missed a lot of games, just didn't make the playoffs. It was a terrible season. We were 6-11. It was a horrendous season, and I've just been so ready to move on to next season, and we finally have. We finally made it. I'm not going to go through all the playoff games, but it was a year one Super Bowl rematch. The Seahawks take on the Colts. The Seahawks make 3 straight Super Bowls, and he took down the Colts this time. The Colts beat him the first season. He took down the Colts 52-48, and I only saw the last play because they put it in the Discord, but it was pretty much a walk-off game-winning touchdown, like a 30, 40-yard game-winning touchdown. I think it was like a 40-yard game-winning touchdown, which was pretty crazy. So hats off to the Seahawks. He gets himself another ring. He's been to 3. I mean, us in the NFC have been doing a pretty piss-poor job. I mean, he's been to every single one. And I would say the AFC, you've done a little piss-poor job as well. I mean, the Colts have been 2 out of the 3. So we as a collective got to be better and get some new damn teams in the Super Bowl because I'm tired of seeing the same old people. It's like watching the Chiefs in real life. I'm tired of watching the Chiefs always succeeding. I want to see some new blood. So hopefully next Super Bowl in year 4, it's a little bit different, but the Seahawks take it home. This is just going to be a real quick video, talking about what our plans are for the offseason, and then obviously next video is going to be recapping the offseason. So we did pick up our 5th-year option for Bryce Young. He will be our quarterback. He's the quarterback. It is what it is. As you see in the top right corner, $70 million. We got a ton of money this offseason. This is the most we've ever had. I think the most that we've had in any offseason so far has been like 20. So we have a shitload of money to roll out there. So hopefully there's some good people, and we're going to go pretty heavy, after some players. I know some people were saying to trade Bryce, and I have one rule. I usually let you guys talk me into trades or cuts or, whatever pretty easily. I like it. I like you guys being a part of it, but my one rule is whoever's on the thumbnail cover for the Madden gets to stay on the team the whole way. That's just how it's been. Whoever makes thumbnail duty is on the team no matter what. It's untouchable. So Bryce is there. He will be our dude. So, going to the people I'm not re-signing. Von Bell, strong safety, letting him go. Don't need, a backup strong safety that's getting paid that much. He's old. I know he has a lot of re-sign interest. Maybe I can get him cheaper. Not worth it. Gilly does not want to be here, and I don't really want him to be here. I'm over him. He went down a little bit. He's an 87 now. He's old. He probably has like one more season, then he's going to retire. So we're moving on from Gilly. Taylor, same thing. He's getting old, wants a decent bit of money. We're moving on from him. Spoiler, I already traded for a right tackle. We'll talk about the trades next video. I have made 2. I've traded away a player in one deal, and I've received a right tackle in another deal. So we'll talk about that, next episode. So we already got the right tackle spot figured out and locked in. Shi Smith, going to let him go. Backup corners here, Brett and Rajon Wright, letting them go. Shi, I'm letting him go. Shi's been solid for us, but we got to find better, and we got money to find better. Cade's leaving, Bradley Bozeman's leaving, Javonte Moffitt leaving, Matt Dickerson leaving. Hayden Hurst, he is pretty bad now. He will be leaving. Can finally free up his contract. His contract was crazy. It really was. So he can finally go. Our punter, I did try to re-sign like 3 times. He didn't. I upped it every single time. He said no. I'm not going to franchise tag him. So kind of is what it is for him. I tried keeping him around. He wants to leave. And Ben Mason, letting him go, was not too thrilled with him. So all these guys leaving, and we still have $70 million. And I could still even make more, which is crazy. There's a couple guys that, depending on kind of how free agency goes, I'm not going to cut him now, obviously, because there's no point of what am I going to get from that? A little cap space now. I kind of want to see how things go. I might not get some deals. I might get some deals. So I want to see how things go before I really, dive into that. So, guys, there's only a couple of them. First one, Frankie Louvu, I could save 7.4. It is a pretty decent penalty that, gets tacked on to the following year. $6 million is a pretty decent chunk, but that $7 million could be crucial, and we'll have to see. Honestly, the biggest cap casualty would be Miles Sanders. His penalty's really nothing, and I'm about ready to move on from him. He's been here for a while now. He's had some good moments, but he just has not got the job done. He's kind of in that Hayden Hurst area where he's just been here on a pretty big contract, and they haven't really been able to do much with him. So, excuse me, I'm kind of over him. I'm kind of ready to move on and try something different at running back. Whether there's a ton in free agency, so whether I sign one there or draft one, unless they get unless a lot of them get re-signed now. But when I was quickly scrolling through, there's probably 4 or 5 very good running backs that are going to hit the market. People just don't pay running backs, and I think I'm ready to pay a freaking running back because I need one. I need someone that's going to be dominant. So Miles, depending if we get a running back or not, could be a cap cut here. Just save $5 million. That'd be $5 million is a decent chunk. Some of these other guys, not too much to save. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to cut Mingo. I'm not going to cut any of these guys, Jamie. I'm not doing that. I know I could, save $1 million. No, maybe someone like this, I could save $1 million with no penalty. Okay, maybe these 2 guys can get cut just for a couple millions if I need it. But the main 2, these 2, Dante, I'm just gonna keep him. Not really interested in re-signing him the following year. I actually had him on the trade block. No one wants to trade for an 83 overall corner who's 30. So it doesn't make sense. He's fast, but I understand that. Miles, though, he's there. If I can land the running back, or if there's one in the draft that I like that I can get, he's probably gone. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We could even have more, like I said, than the $70 million, which is just crazy. I'm just happy we finally have money. I mean, we have not had a lot of money to really go after a lot of players. I've been kind of prioritizing one-year deals and some younger guys in the free agency process because we just haven't had that much money, and it's hard to spread 20 mil around on a couple players. Next, you spend it on 2 players and you're out. So it's been hard to really go after the bigger names. But it seems like this offseason this free agency period could have a decent bit of players there for us. So we'll see. We'll see who gets there. I did re-sign, I think, 2 people off the top of my head. Yeah, Bryce, obviously, like I said, picked up his 5th-year option. I'm not going to get much better. Yeah, I could trade him and draft a quarterback and, have another guy in a rookie deal, which would be nice, but I'm not going to get that rookie to 90-plus X factor. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So he's our guy. We just got to be better. We just got to be better. And then I also re-signed our backup right tackle, Mr. Coleman, 1 year, $3.1 million. Pretty cheap. That is it for the re-signs. New rule change here for our league. Slight rule change. So we are allowed to have custom playbooks. That is now a thing. So there's a bunch of rules that come into with that. We cannot use the crazy West Coast or pistols, all the weird generic formations. We can't use that. We still have to pick a team playbook, and we still have to keep 75% of that playbook. And we still, there's a requirement for not a bunch formations you have and all the nonsense. So you are allowed to add plays, so it could be a little bit more variety in playbooks. We'll have to see how it plays out this season. I did change both my playbooks, and they're both custom. Honestly, my defensive one, it is custom. I added maybe 4 plays because they already met all the requirements. They're stock playbooks, so I couldn't really mess with much. I didn't really want to take away anything because I liked what they had. So, I'm assuming I could take away during the season. What if I roll out there and I don't like what I got? I'm assuming I'm going to be allowed to just delete a couple formations and add some more as long as I'm within the requirements. So that's kind of cool. You can edit the playbook as things go on if you don't like it. But I did choose Colts offensive playbook and Ravens defensive playbook. I had some people saying, switch to 4-3. I kind of want to try 3-4 out for a whole Madden cycle. I've always been 4-3. I've been all about 4-3 formations, and that's just I've never been a 3-4 person. But Panthers 3-4, and I kind of want to stick with it and just see how it is. Obviously, it's been very bad. We have not been that good on defense. We've created a lot of turnovers, but we give up a lot of yards, give up a lot of points, give up a lot of third downs. Don't really create much sacks. So part of it's a personnel issue. Part of it's just us not doing that good. So we'll see. But with the Colts offensive playbook and the Ravens defensive playbook, I like what they have to offer. The Colts have a lot of RPOs. I like that. Obviously, like I said, I added a bunch of stuff in the Colts one, so it's not their stock playbook, but I like that the RPOs were there. There's some nice run plays and stuff. Some nice pistol stuff, which we haven't really been rocking with, which I think might help me out a little bit. Not the best in single back, I like kind of pistol at least gives me a little bit of, leeway to, I've got a little bit of space from the pass rush. And the Ravens defensive playbook just looks really good. I like the stuff they got. So those are our new playbooks heading into this 4th season already, which we're kind of going pretty fast. Let's go look at some retirement players, and then we'll probably wrap the video up. Actually, no, there's one more thing I want to show you before I forget. Obviously, we had no one make the Pro Bowl. Makes sense, right? So we were terrible. But somehow, some way, we had Jeremy Chin get to X Factor. So we actually did get a dev upgrade on our team, which just blew me away. Somehow he got to X Factor. So now we got 4, or we'll only have 3 because Gilly's going to leave. So all 3 of those will be activated. But Jeremy, I kind of like some of his abilities too. Zone Hawk, I'm okay with that one. Deep in Zone KO, I like that one. Secure Tackler's like, it is what it is. It's all right. And Deflator, another one. It's like, it is what it is. It's okay. Maybe I re-roll those. We'll see. We'll see what I want to do in the offseason. I'm kind of mainly just focused on bringing in people, and then we'll work on if I want to re-roll abilities or not. But at least we got him to X Factor. I mean, I don't. He had one game where he got like 4 picks in a game. That probably boosted his stats a bit. But yeah, other than that, no dev upgrades. I was really hoping somehow Derek Brown or J.C. Horn even could get some abilities because they're both good players, but we need abilities. We need abilities, man. We need some abilities. We just have not been able to get them. So, last thing, look at trades are already flying through. I have yet to make my trades yet, so I gotta, if I did, I probably would have talked about them, but we'll save that. I wanted to go to retired players. I haven't even checked this, so I'm curious to see who has retired. Let's check. Do the Panthers have anyone? Let's check that first. Do we got anyone that retired? I don't think so. Yeah, I was gonna say my team didn't have that many older players. So let's see: Micah Hyde, Jake Matthews, Levante David, Russell Wilson, Kirk. Okay, Jimmy Ward. That seems to be the only players on teams, huh? The rest were just everyone, a bunch of free agents. Okay, not much people, honestly. I would have thought there would have been. More, but not much. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. It's a quick one. You just wrap it, wanted to show you guys who won the Super Bowl, who we're going to re-sign and all that good stuff. I guess before I could show you, like I said, things could change. We don't advance through this period for another, what time is it? I'm recording this at 7. I think it's 24 hours from now is when we're advancing to the free agency period. But I could show you guys the running backs. Just it's interesting. It really is. There's a ton of good ones. Here we got CMC reunion. That could be something. Bring him back to Carolina. See what we can do with him. Maybe not. Maybe franchise tags him. Who knows what the Patriots are gonna do. Then we got who else? We got. I know there's some more. Travis Etienne. That's another good one. J.K. Dobbins, he's the 89 overall. That's another good one. I'm telling you, there's tons of running backs that are probably going to hit the market here. Dameon Pierce, 26, 93 overall. We did really good with him in our Texans franchise. He was very good for us. So the running back supply looks nice. So that's kind of why I'm leaning towards just, if we do get a bid on one of these guys, just getting fucking rid of Miles Sanders. I need someone better. I mean, even Derrick Henry is probably better than Miles Sanders. At least he's got the, trucking ability and stuff, which would be nice. Isaiah Spiller is 81. Isaiah Pacheco, 91 overall. This is what I'm saying, man. There's tons of them. There's tons of them. I think there's even one more. DeAndre Swift, that's a pretty solid one. Tyler Algier, nothing crazy there. Austin Eckler, but he's very old now. Andre Stevenson. The Jets, Breece Hall. No one wants to pay running backs, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. Paying running backs suck. I didn't even want Miles Sanders on my team, but I was stuck with this freaking contract. But I think it's time we are actually able to run the ball. So many games we struggle to run the ball. We don't break that many tackles. I want to get to, running the ball and stuff and being more conservative, trying not to throw as many picks. And I think a solid running back would help. But that is that for this video. Next video will be recapping the offseason. If you guys, think we need anything position-wise, whatever, drop a comment now because, once we start that offseason, we're placing the bids and everyone's going crazy. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.